understand each other and also to clarify about our practice. Some people may feel that they don't need that, so that's fine. Ooh. But if you have that question or that point to bring up, then it can be very helpful, not just for you, but for maybe someone else as well. Go ahead, Kaloyan.
About the meditation, I wanted to ask about a certain experience I had. So I was meditating before going to bed. Most of the time do that, and recently I experienced this kind of like strange tingling sensation all over the body, and it kind of made me laugh, and it was kind of first felt really strange. If anyone maybe has experienced something similar.
The golden rule for meditation is that any experience, whether it's mental or physical phenomena, is not particularly important. Now, there are some situations and some conditions where that may not be true. So if you are working directly with a teacher in a kind of meditation system, then you may very well be kind of describing experiences that you have, and they'll give you some specific guidance about how to continue in that meditation method to get to maybe a particular experience or a particular state. But here we're more practicing independently together. And if there is a communal method or a method that I'm a proponent of, it's more of a Zen method. And that's a method of willingness to be mindful and to let go and to not get caught in the weeds of different experiences that we have.
Okay.
Yeah. And these experiences will continue happening, right? We stub our toe, or we feel a very good meditation, or we feel a very difficult meditation. But I always find that the benefit comes regardless. Even if I sit meditation for 30 minutes and it's very uncomfortable and difficult, afterwards, I feel like I just meditated, right? I feel that freshness. So don't get stuck on any particular experience that comes up. Yeah. Bailey, your hand is raised. Do you have a question, Bailey?
Hello, I'm sorry. I have no idea how to mute and unmute myself. It's my first time on Zoom. So I'm about to have to go to the hospital for a 3-day fast because my blood sugar gets dangerously low, even though I'm not diabetic. And I've tried meditating before, but it's not worked out really well for me. And usually it just makes my anxiety worse. But I was thinking of starting to meditate during my 3-day fast because I feel like it would be something beneficial for me to do to avoid having to deal with my thoughts during this experience, which will already be difficult for me. So I was wondering if you had tips for a beginner who's failed to meditate properly several times. Thank you.
That's a great question. Great point. Thank you, Bailey.
And I'm looking to turn off my mic and I'm not sure how to do it
Don't
still.
worry, I've got it for you. I'm going to turn it right off.
Okay.
Okay. Willingness is what comes to mind. So it's mainly a matter of willingness. You're not going to like what comes next. It's a willingness to just sit and relax the body and relax the mind to the degree that we're able, and willing to be with what's happening without intentionally participating in mental or physical actions. It's like going for a walk. Recently I've been going for some longer walks. I had a bit of a health concern. I was having a little bit too much sugar, and being in a different environment is very supportive for walking and going out and feeling that freshness. Okay. And I've noticed that when going for these long walks, I can reach a point where I feel tired or I feel a difficulty, right? Feel pain. But if I keep walking through it, I find my stride. So the same is always true in meditation. And so also is the principle that even if you don't find your stride, even if your walk is long and difficult and kind of not enjoyable, you're probably going to feel wonderful when you get back to your home and when you take a rest. The same is true with meditation. Now, if we are going for a long walk and we start to get neurotic and complicated in our mind and stressed and worked up, and we just try to walk through it, or this is going to cause a problem. And the same also with meditation. So prioritizing to put the body down, take a deep breath, bring the mind home to the body, and to be willing to experience whatever happens. If you find yourself getting into a friction point, then you probably, a difficult point, you probably need to take a deep breath again, come back to center, come back to your heart, your breathing, your body, and be willing to open, to widen out, right? To fill the room with your willingness to be. This is the practice. And this is exceedingly difficult and exceedingly effective. The more that we exercise our willingness, the more that we are capable to be willing, and that we can exercise our willingness, right? Just like walking. As we are in a community and we can see all these different faces and bodies and beings that are here, these are the supporting conditions, the supporting factors to remind us to come back to that willingness, to that opening, to that sincerity, to try. To try what? Once again, this is the bad news. To try just sitting here, just breathing, just being aware. And if you say, hey, that's not bad news. What are you talking about? It's not bad news. Don't worry about it. Enjoy it. If the bad news is good news, then you are on the right track. Also, for beginners, if you have that willingness, there are kind of gold standard teachers who do guided meditations and things like that. So there's a lot of possibilities, but mainly we can take advantage of the conditions we find ourselves in right now. That's what's really essential to make use of. Our willingness now to open and to widen and to share. Thank you, Sonia. And so that willingness is not conditional. That's an unconditional willingness. That's a present moment willingness to open, to drop, to forgive, to abandon, to let go of, to free, to release. Mental experiences, physical experiences. And in our meetings, I would say there is more of a focus on the Zen bones. Maybe just because I'm a lazy facilitator or because I am not a guitar player. And that is to say that the flesh and the meat and the blood and everything else that goes along with this human life and our spiritual practice is more available to us and more workable for us by having a relationship with the bones of it. The heart is just beating. The breath is just breathing. The body is just sitting here right now. Whatever mental phenomena comes up, all the mental phenomena, I'm sure we've had mental experiences, memories, stresses, depressions, cycles we've went through. Every single one up until now, from the best to the worst, has always been impermanent and continues to be impermanent. So what is there to talk about? And this is the bones of the situation. And within that, we can ask questions. We can share our experience. We can do good deeds. We can cooperate. We can collaborate. Maybe we want to do an art project. We can do it because we know about our bones. Maybe we want to sing a Buddhist song, or we want to listen to a guided meditation or a Dharma talk or study some subject. We have bones, so we can do it. So you can do it. but it's essential that you have a relationship with the bones of the situation. Not knowing is the most intimate. Go ahead, Kaloyan. What did you want to say or to ask about?
I wanted to ask a little bit about if it's normal in the beginning of meditation for your breath to be really rigid, so to speak. You know, you kind of really fast, and usually the mistake I make is I'm trying to so control the breath in a sort and try to breathe in and out slowly, but it just doesn't work, and that well. So if it's normal, for us to breathe more rigid and fasted.
I'll tell you what happens in a meditation retreat. So from my experience, at the beginning, uncomfortable. Then you become a little bit more comfortable. You get into the way of sitting and breathing, and that's all you're going to do. And then your body starts to be in pain all the time when you sit. The back is in pain, the knees are in pain, different for different people, but this is pretty usual. So now you are sitting in being with physical pain. And if you're fortunate, you're going to experience a release from that pain. All right. So also, if you are fortunate, then you are going to experience your breathing to open up, and we can breathe deeply and naturally from the bottom of our belly. And it's, how wonderful, how sweet, right? That's fine. But the important part is to be with, to endure, to be ready, to be willing to eat the shit. You can quote me on that. That's our that's the meditation practice. Now, there's different conditions, there's different environments, and there's different things that come up. And hopefully you'll have something delicious to eat. But if you're ready to eat the shit, then everything becomes delicious. So to be willing, to be with and to experience what's happening moment by moment. Mental phenomena, physical phenomena. It's very, very simple. Actually, it's our arrogance, it's our privileged lifestyle that allows for all this complicatedness. But when when a volcano explodes and you're nearby, not to be morbid, but it's not so complicated. And the more we add on to this, or the more that I say things or give you a meditation method or what have you, that's something to attach to. That's something to get involved with. So it's a little bit problematic. Just being aware, just sitting, just breathing is enough. That's a practice, and willingness, opening. The breath is happening moment by moment, and the breath is very precious, and the breath is very valuable and essential and something to be aware of. But we shouldn't rely on breathing. We should rely on our mindfulness and detachment. Awareness of what's happening at this present moment, whatever it is, and willing to let go of it. We do that, we practice it, we all can, and then we get involved again. We get attached, or we get we start participating in intentional mental and physical actions. So during the meditation period, during this time when these conditions are open, when we're in the meditation hall together, the online meditation hall together, it's just a symbol. It's just a sign to, oh, I'm getting involved in mental and physical intentional actions again. So I'm going to come back to my breathing. I'm going to come back to just sitting here and breathing and being aware. Don't be attached to changing your position, but also don't be attached to not changing your position. It's not a big deal either way. Just be comfortable, stable, still. And enjoy this opportunity to open and to widen out, and to endure and to look into this present moment experiencing. Okay, so I'm going to get a bell, and then we can start our meditation with a little bit of a bell, and practice together in this silent space. Cool. Okay, so at the ringing of this bell, let's enjoy just sitting, just breathing, just being willing. And that's it. Okay, everyone, at this time we can open our eyes if they're closed and massage your face, your head, your legs, if you feel that's good. And today we will finish our practice together with a song. And with the wonderfulness of Thich Nhat Hanh and the Plum Village Sangha and Solidity Hamlet at Deer Park Monastery and the feature set of Zoom, we're going to have the lyrics to the song right in front of us in the Solidity Hamlet songbook. I hope everyone can see this. And we're going to sing this song together. Okay? Can everyone see it? Can everyone see the lyrics to this song?
Yes, at least I can.
Okay. So most people should be able to see it. So this is a practice of using our heart, our body, our mind to express being right where we need to be right now. Okay, so we'll do it 2 times. And the first time you can just listen, try to sing along with me, but mainly listen. You get the feel of it. And then the second time, we should all be able to sing together pretty well. Right, so first time, listen and join along, and then second time, we'll all sing together. Okay, deep breath. I have arrived. I am whole in the here and in the now. Okay, so second time here, I'll ask everyone to unmute and we'll sing together to the best of our abilities. All right, just the first part, deep breath. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the
now.
I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. Second part. First listen and then we'll do it together. I am solid. I am free. All together. I am solid. I am free. Final line.
I am so
in the ultimate I dwell.
I dwell.
In the ultimate I dwell. Okay, let's sing it all together. If you're a little bit more on the quiet side, you can share. You can increase a little bit. We want to hear from you. Usually the quietest people have the sweetest voices. Isn't it true? And if we are on the louder side, then don't be shy to share, but we can focus more on the harmonization. So the words are less important, the specific words, and more it's the sound and of course the heart of the meaning of this message that we're singing together, that we're practicing together. Okay? Ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Right.
And we can smile. This is for to be happy and to enjoy. All right, deep breath. I have
arrived. I
I
am
am
home
in
in the
here and in the mountain.
I
I
am
home
in the
in the
here and in the
now.
now. I am
am
silent. I am
free.
I am
I am
silent. I am
I am
happy in the old
As
well.
in
In
the
the
ultimate
ultimate
well.
home. Wow, wonderful. Great job, everyone. So with the bones comes the meat and the enjoyment. But if we are not willing to bite the bones, maybe also to pay our Zen taxes, then we are going to miss out on the delicious meat of the durian fruit, not animal meat. Let's try to reduce as much as we can. All right, wrapping up, there's no rush. So if anyone has a question or something to share about their experience, some new idea, maybe you're starting you have a new invention or something you want to share with us, but to share from the heart and or to ask a question, welcome to do so.
I wanted to ask if you had any advice on how to avoid eating meat in a family that is used to eating meat, so to speak, and regularly eat meat.
Yeah, probably some other people also have good advice about this. You could even Google about it. I'm sure there's some good answers out there. ChatGPT probably have a great answer for you. A lot of questions, ChatGPT is really going to have a good answer. I think just keep that intention, nourish that intention, right? So for me right now, I'm trying to nourish the intention to be generous and to share and to just practice imperfectly all the time, as much as I can, right? Because I'm not going to have the perfect practice, but I can show up and I can try imperfectly. I can definitely be imperfect all the time. So that's my practice point. And so for you, certainly reduce and then nourish that intention. And I think the answer will naturally come out, how to navigate this. Maybe you can cook for yourself, or harmony is most important. So if we start creating disharmony in our relationships or in our home where we live, then veganism is going to be maybe something that is a hindrance for you, right? If you can be fully vegan and be in harmony, then that's ideal. But if now you're like a militant vegan, telling your parents, throwing the meat off the table and saying, "What are you doing?" That's not ideal, right? So just that sincere intention, and you'll figure it out. Slowly but surely, we go in the right direction.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm always telling people to prioritize reducing eat meeting rather than absolutely being a vegan or absolutely being a vegetarian, because it's, for a lot of people, it's not realistic, but you can reduce and you can understand the implications of meat eating, especially when you're going out and buying meat and putting it in this, high status in your mind. It's just something to work on, to remember. And Austin also shared something for you in the chat, so you can take a look at that.
Bowing in, Samira. I wanted to share with you that, yesterday we did the meditation of letting go. And today I had a quite difficult, it felt a difficult meeting at work. And at this point where it became difficult, I just visualized us yesterday meditating, and I just thought, okay, just let go, let go, let go, let go. And then I let go somehow in the meeting, not stressing too much on my point of view. And I thought it was quite helpful actually to have this meditation in mind when you come to a discussion where two opinions like are in collision, and then just let go, and then it just dissolves. It didn't solve the problem, let's say, but it just solves this moment. So it was really helpful. Thank you. Going out.
Okay, so we have the good conditions and we have the community of practitioners. So let's try to keep making use of it at this time, the 9 p.m. Thailand time, and try to meet every day, try to stay for about an hour. This can be an hour where you practice yoga, or an hour where you lay down and then stand up and then stretch, or what have you. Just an hour to stay in the space, to practice willingness and practice to embrace and make use of it. That's what I can say. So we keep trying. Okay. We can finish with 3 sadhus, right? Sadhu. 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 Okay, take care, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Bande.